नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। शैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नस्तप्रेषभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवती नैष्टिकी। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। जय श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की, श्रील महाविष्णु गोस्वामी गुरुदेव की। So we welcome all devotees today for the morning program on Srimad Bhagavatam. Today we are celebrating Gita Jayanti, isn't it, Prabhu? Jai. Such an important day for all of us as devotees. If Krishna had not spoken the Gita to Arjuna, then where would we be today? Without the guidance of Krishna, we would not be in this position at all. So on Gita Jayanti, we must express our gratitude to the Supreme Lord. We must also express our gratitude to his pure devotee, Arjuna. Because if Arjuna did not ask the questions that confused him, we would not have the Bhagavad Gita today. Because of Arjuna's purity and devotion, today we are able to chant, read, study and understand the Gita. And because of Srila Prabhupada's mercy, we are able to understand Bhagavad Gita as it is. And because of our beloved spiritual master, His Holiness Srila Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj, we are able to understand Bhagavad Gita as it should be practiced. So today we read from 6th canto, 2nd chapter, 20th verse, right, Prabhu? Shri Shuka Uvacha Ta evam suvi nirniya Dharmam Bhagavatam Nripa Tamyam Yapasha Nirmucha Vipram Mrityo Amumuchan. Shri Shuka Uvacha Ta evam suvi nirniya Dharmam Bhagavatam Nripa Tamyam Yapasha Nirmucha विप्रमृत्योरमुमुचन् श्रीशुक उवाच त एवं सुविनिर्णीय धर्मं भागवतं नृप तं याम्य पाशान्निर्मुच्य विप्रमृत्योरमुमुचन्. Anyone like to chant, Prabhu? Mataji's? Prabhu, you want to translate in Gujarati? It's better. Word to word and translation. I'll just read the translation for the devotees. Sri Shukadev Goswami continued, "My dear king, having thus perfectly judged the principles of devotional service with reasoning and arguments, the order carriers of Lord Vishnu released the Brahmana Ajamil from the bondage of the Yamadutas and saved him from imminent death." This verse has no purport. But after this verse, we will also look at the next verse, which has purport together. So maybe you can chant the next verse, just translation and purport, Prabhu. That would be good. Thank you, Prabhu. So in this second verse, the translation is, My dear Maharaj Parikshit, O subduer of all enemies, after the servants of Yamaraj had been answered by the order carriers of Lord Vishnu, they went to Yamaraj and explained to him everything that happened. And the purport. In this verse, the word pradyuditaha is very significant. The servants of Yamaraj are so powerful that they can never be hindered anywhere. But this time, they were baffled and disappointed in their attempt to take away a man they considered sinful. Therefore, they immediately returned to Yamaraj and described to him everything that had happened. So it's important to understand the sequence of events here. It's very important. This chapter actually showcases, highlights the glory and importance of chanting the holy names. But not just chanting the holy names, but chanting the holy names in all situations. Ajamil, in this case, he was about to die. So therefore, the most difficult situation that we will face is death. And Srila Prabhupada said to us that actually our whole life must be a preparation for death. That means we must always be aware that anytime Yamaraj or Yamadutas, they can come for us actually. We should not, because we are not very old, therefore we will not die. Or if we are old, we should not think that there is still some more time. I'm not so old. Nobody knows his time or her time of death. Therefore, in all situations, we have to be prepared for death. But instead of being so negative that every day I wake up, I think maybe today I will die, maybe today I will die, it is better to be positive. And therefore, the Shastras tell us that you just chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare, in all situations. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Ram Hare. Ajamil, he was in such a sinful position because in the beginning of his life he remembered Krishna. But then because of bad association, he forgot Krishna. So the lesson here is, if we want to chant the holy names of the Lord in all situations, we have to be very careful with the association that we are taking. Say that my time is not up, so let me enjoy and take some other association, because we don't know when death will come. That's why Srila Prabhupada established ISKCON, so that daily in the morning, in any situation, we are coming together to hear about Krishna. And every morning for Mangalarti, in any situation, we are ready to chant and take darshan of Krishna. If Yamadutas come to pick you up at 3:30 in the morning, you cannot tell them, I'm sleeping now, you come 1 hour later. With Krishna, you can say, Krishna, never mind, today no Mangala Arati. But Yamadutas are merciless. Because Yamaraj is merciless. Right? Yamasya karuna nasti. He has no mercy. Therefore, in all situations, we must chant the holy names of the Lord. Don't neglect your spiritual practice any day. Don't neglect it. Like the chanting of the holy names any day. So even though Ajamil was actually in a very position, Bhagavatam tells us the holy name of Narayana saved him. He did not chant purely. Purely means we are chanting Krishna's names without any material motive. But even though he did not chant purely, he chanted on what Shastras say is the Nam Abhash stage. That means he chanted helplessly for Krishna. He did not chant because he wanted something from Krishna. You know the story now. So you know that when he was about to die, he did not call Narayana as in Narayana. He called Narayana as in his son Narayana. That means he was not political. He was not thinking 90 years I will enjoy. Last minute I've named my son Narayana. Then I will call Narayana and I will escape. So this is very important for us as devotees. Maharaj said sometimes we are cunning in the material life. What's the word? That means we are planning always. Like in business, you're planning how to make money, isn't it? So same way, sometimes in Krishna consciousness, we are also cunning. We have material desires, but we use Krishna, right, as a front, so that people don't know we have material desires. And then we think that never mind, let people think I'm devotee, but actually I have all these desires, they don't know. But every day I'll come to temple, take darshan. But there is something else in my heart, not bhakti. Then let me plan that, I will do some other things in life. Then at the end of the life, I will come back to Radha Nila Madhav. See, Ajamil did not have a plan. when he left Krishna for this lady, he did not have a plan that one day I have to come back to Krishna.
जब उसने ये कृष्ण के लिए कृष्ण को छोड़ दिया, वो छोड़ते समय उसने ऐसी योजना नहीं बनाई थी कि एक दिन मैं कृष्ण के पास वापस आ जाऊंगा.
He became really fallen.
वो वास्तविकता में एकदम बलिद हो गया.
But he also became helpless.
लेकिन वो खुद भी लाचार बन गया, विवश हो गया.
And don't forget, before he became fallen, he was a very sincere devotee.
और ये कभी भूलिएगा नहीं कि उसके पतन के पहले वो एक बहुत ही गंभीर भक्त था.
And you know, in Bhagavad Gita, clearly it is stated, Swa Alpam, even little bit of devotional service will save us from the greatest fear, Mahabhayat. The greatest fear we can survive because of this devotional service.
और जैसे भगवद गीता में भगवान कहते हैं कि स्वरूप कि कम से कम अल्प मात्रा में भी की गई भक्ति हमें बचा लेती है. तो ये उसी का उदाहरण है. छोटी से छोटी सेवा की भक्ति भी हमें बचा सकती है.
So even if you chant, not purely, Bhagavatam tells us, but even if you chant in a helpless condition, helpless means you are surrendered. Helpless means you don't know what to do. In that situation, when you chant Krishna's names, this chapter tells us you will be liberated from material existence.
तो ये हमें ये सिखाता है कि हम कोई भी परिस्थिति में जब हम विवश हो जाते हैं, लाचार हो जाते हैं, बेबस हो जाते हैं, यानी कि हम वो परिस्थिति में हम शरणागत हो जाते हैं, या तो ऐसी परिस्थिति है कि जिसमें हम पता नहीं चल रहा कि हम क्या करें तो करें क्या. तब हम जब भगवान को नाम लेते हैं, भगवान को पुकारते हैं, तब हम ये भागवत बताता है कि तब हम ये भौतिक सभी समस्याओं से मुक्त हो जाते हैं.
So then Srila Prabhupada says, if those who chant in this way, if they can be liberated after being so materially conditioned, then if you chant with faith and devotion, F and D, fixed deposit. F is faith, D is devotion. If you chant with faith and devotion, then Prabhupada says in the purport that we will go back to Krishna as soon as possible because we will be protected. You know, in Bhagavatam, Devahuti Mata says two very important words. Sharanam and Sharanyam. Sharanam means to surrender. And Sharanyam means one who is worthy of surrendering to. So Ajamil helplessly surrendered to the name. He just chanted Narayana without being cunning. He just chanted Narayana. But Narayana as a name is so powerful that only Narayana can give you shelter. So the Vishnu Dutas say in this chapter that even if you don't understand the potency of the holy name, it will. Therefore, because he chanted in a helpless way, Krishna allowed him to then be prepared to become pure and to Krishna after that. Please remember that Ajamila, after this episode, did not go back to Krishna. But because we are chanting in Nam Abhash stage, if we chant it sincerely, helplessly, even though we are not pure, the Nam Abhash stage will bring us to the stage of Nam Shuddha. It will bring us to pure. We will be able, by Krishna's mercy, to one day chant the holy names in a pure way.
तो चूंकि हम अभी नाम आकाश स्तर पर है, हम शुद्ध नाम नहीं ले पा रहे हैं, भले ही हम भी इतने शुद्ध नहीं हैं, लेकिन ये अवस्था में भी भगवान का नाम लेने से ये अवस्था कृष्ण के कृपा से हमें शुद्ध नाम की ओर लेके जाए।
So in this episode, Maharaj gave us very nice sequence. Maharaj told us in Ajamil, the whole life of a normal devotee is actually squeezed in the story of Ajamil.
महाराज ने बहुत ही सुंदर रूप से इस कथा को हमें प्रस्तुत किया है कि एक साधारण सर्वसाधारण भक्त जो रहता है उसका पूरा जीवन ये अजामिल के चरित्र में सिकुड़ा गया है।
Actually, Maharaj said more than any other personality in Bhagavatam, the closest personality to all of us is Ajamil.
महाराज कहते हैं कि हमारे लिए सबके लिए भागवतों में जितने भी चरित्र हैं वो सब दूर हैं, एक अजामिल को छोड़ करके।
And this is the reason he gave. He said, see first, Ajamil started with nice, sincere devotional service. And he had nice sadhu sangha of his parents and community. But he became allured by material energy. In the form of a woman. But Maharaj said it doesn't have to be woman. It can be a man. It can be your bank balance. It can be your car. It can be your promotion in new job. Can be anything material. But it takes us away from devotional service. But the seed of devotional service is so powerful, it never leaves us. And once it is planted, it must grow. 70-something years Ajamil was away from bhakti. He forgot Krishna. But Krishna never forgot him. So this is a very important point. He forgot Krishna. But Krishna in the form of super soul in the heart, Antaryami, and in the form of his holy name, he never left Ajamil. Why? In what form? He named his last son Narayana. He never named his son Narayana because he thought it was auspicious. But he just liked the name. But you see, Maharaj told us that even though he did not name his son as Narayana because it is Krishna, because of his stock of devotional service, Krishna as super soul inspired him to name his son Narayana. Sometimes we buy Bhagavad Gita. Today is Gita Jayanti, isn't it? You buy Bhagavad Gita, you bring it home. But actually you never read Bhagavad Gita. Actually, many of us are in that category, isn't it? So many of you are smiling at me. For years, sometimes the books are just there only. I have been to houses where Bhagavatam is there, even the wrapping is not open.
मैंने ऐसे घर देखे हैं कि जिनके घर में भागवतम है लेकिन चूहे भी उसको देख कर आते हैं।
They say, Prabhu, we are devotees, we are Bhagavatam.
वे बोलते हैं कि प्रभु हम भक्त हैं, हमारे पास भागवतम है।
The cover is, the wrapping is still there.
उनके भागवतम का जो कवर है वो भी वैसे का वैसे।
So I asked them, have you read the Bhagavatam?
मैं उनको पूछता हूँ कि क्या आपने कभी भागवतम पढ़ा है?
They say, no, no, but we are looking at it every day.
उन्होंने वो बोलते हैं कि नहीं तो वो देखते हैं भागवतम देखते हैं।
This is Krishna's mercy.
ये भी कृष्ण की कृपा है।
Even though they are just seeing Bhagavatam.
भले ही वे भागवतम को केवल देख रहे हैं।
One day, by Srila Prabhupada's mercy, they will open Bhagavatam.
एक दिन श्री प्रभुपाद की कृपा से वे भागवतम को खोलेंगे।
So in the same way, even though Ajamil did not name his son as Narayana, even though up to 88 years old, he completely forgot Krishna, Krishna never forgot him, because Krishna inspired him to remember his son's name, which he had to chant at the end of his life. He had no choice. He could have called his son any other name. Right? You think about it. Today we have so many funny names. Why he gave the name Narayana? It is because of Krishna.
आप सोचिए कि अगर मैंने ऐसा सब जानबूझकर नहीं किया, नारायण का नाम जानबूझकर नहीं रखा, लेकिन ये कृष्ण की उसके ऊपर कृपा थी। और देखिए वो कोई भी नाम रख सकता था, ऐसे आजकल जैसे बड़े नाम होते हैं, वैसे नाम भी रख सकता था, लेकिन क्यों उसने वही नाम रखा? ये भी बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण है।
So, whatever devotional service you do, always remember, it has great, deep impact.
इसलिए हमेशा याद रखें कि जो भी भक्ति में सेवा करते हैं, उसका बहुत ही गहन असर होता है।
It will never leave you.
वो कभी आपको छोड़ेगा नहीं, भक्ति छोड़ेगी नहीं।
But if you pour faith and devotion, it will grow.
यदि आप उसको भक्ति के बीच में श्रद्धा और भक्ति दोनों उसको प्रदान करेंगे, तो वो उसका विकास होगा।
But even if you don't pour faith and devotion like Ajamil,
यदि आप अजन्म के जैसा ये श्रद्धा और भक्ति का पोषण नहीं दे पा रहे, फिर भी
bhakti will catch you eventually.
भक्ति आपको पकड़ लेगी।
So you see, at the end of his life, Krishna made him shout for his son Narayana.
तो कृष्ण ने ऐसे आयोजन बनाया कि जीवन के अंत में उसको नारायण का नाम लिया है।
And now you know our tradition, why all our names must have some name of Krishna.
और अभी आपको पता चलता है कि हमारी परंपरा क्या है कि हम एक दूसरे का नाम कृष्ण के ऊपर से रखते हैं।
So at the point when we are going to die, supposing we have our loved ones and their names are Radha or Radharani's name or Krishna's name, son, daughter, even if we call their names, we are also advancing in devotional life.
मान लीजिए हमारी भी मृत्यु नजदीक आ जाए, तो हमको भी हमारे प्रियजनों को पुकारना पड़े। उनका नाम चाहे राधा हो या कोई और भी हो, भगवान के नाम के ऊपर से हो, तो हमारा भी उद्धार हो जाएगा।
That's why Maharaj said, one lady came to see Maharaj sometime in Rajkot in the office, and she had a small daughter, and Maharaj asked, what is her name? And she said her name is Dimple. And Maharaj said, why you have to give such names?
मुझे याद है कि एक बार महाराज के पास एक दादा जी आते थे और अपनी लड़की को लेके आते थे। महाराज उस लड़की को पूछते थे कि बेटा तेरा नाम क्या है? तो लड़की बताती थी कि मेरा नाम डिम्पल। तो महाराज रूठ करके बोलते थे कि ऐसा नाम क्यों रखते हैं?
So Maharaj said, these names won't help your child, and they won't help you also.
महाराज कहते थे कि ऐसा नाम ना तो आपके बच्चे का भला करेगा ना आपका भी भला करेगा।
So in Ajamil's case, once he was in difficulty, because he chanted Krishna's name, Krishna gave him an opportunity to purify himself.
ये अजमिल के किस्से में ऐसा हुआ कि अजमिल ने भगवान का नाम उच्चारण किया, इसलिए भगवान ने उसको एक समय भी दिया उसको करने का।
That is why Krishna is known as Samanjas.
इसलिए कृष्ण का एक नाम है समझ।
Yes, Samanjas Prabhu is here. So nice to see him. So therefore, Samanjas means Krishna always gives us an opportunity, always gives us a chance. Krishna never closes the door on us, never. We close the door on Krishna, but he never closes the door on us.
तो कृष्ण समंजस इसलिए कहलाता है क्योंकि वे कभी भी भक्त को मौका देने में पीछे नहीं हटते। वे कभी भी अपना द्वार बंद नहीं करते। हम अपना द्वार बंद कर देते हैं, लेकिन वे अपना द्वार
And when the Yamudutas wanted to take him away, the Vishnudutas came and they saved Ajamil.
और जब यमदूत अजय को पकड़ के लेके जा रहे थे तब विष्णुदूत प्रकट हो जाए।
How did they save Ajamil?
उन्होंने कैसे अजय का रक्षा किया?
Here we find they gave so many reasons, arguments, and the Yamadutas had to go, isn't it?
तो यहाँ हम देख सकते हैं जब लिखा हुआ है कि विष्णुदूतों ने ढेर सारी तर्कबाजी और दलील प्रस्तुत की तो उनको फिर यमदूत को भाग जाना।
So that is one way in which they saved Ajamil.
तो ये अजय को जिस प्रकार से उन्होंने बचाया ये एक प्रकार की विधि है।
But a deeper point here is that they actually gave Ajamil sadhu sangha.
लेकिन इसका गहन मतलब ये निकलता है कि उन्होंने अजय को अपना साधु संग दिया।
Yamadutas did not give him sadhu sangha.
यमदूतों ने अजय को साधु संग नहीं दिया।
They wanted to kill him.
ये तो उसको मारने के लिए आया।
But Vishnudutas, by speaking about Krishna and dharma and true religious principles, they actually awakened in Ajamil the real state of his constitutional position.
विष्णुदूतों ने कृष्ण के बारे में चर्चा करते हुए धर्म के बारे में चर्चा करते हुए वास्तविक धर्म के सिद्धांतों की चर्चा करते हुए अजय के अंदर सोई हुई सुसुप्त भक्ति को जगा दिया।
So Maharaj said the sadhu sangha that Ajamil received with Vishnudutas is actually more important than the chanting of the holy name.
इसलिए कहते हैं कि अजय ने साधु संग जो प्राप्त किया विष्णुदूतों का वो ज्यादा मायने रखता है जितना उसके नाम भी और नाम से ज्यादा मायने रखता है साधु संग।
Because when you chant in the presence of devotees, the devotees' association helps you to purify your chanting.
क्योंकि यदि हम जब भगवान के भक्तों के संग में जब नाम लेते हैं तो भगवान का भक्त का संग हमें भक्ति का आगे बढ़ने के लिए उत्साहित करता है।
On our own, one stick, very easy to break. But if you put many sticks together, very difficult to break. So therefore, if we are united in helping each other, give sadhu sangha to each other, then we will remember Krishna better. We will be protected by Krishna.
जैसे एक लाठी होती है तो उसको तोड़ना बहुत आसान होता है लेकिन ढेर सारी लाठी को यदि तोड़ने जाए तो उसको हम नहीं तोड़ सकते। उसी प्रकार हम अपने आप में अकेले रहकर के भक्ति करेंगे तो इतना प्रगति नहीं होगा, हमें दिल टूट जाएगा। लेकिन भक्तों के संग में भक्ति करते हैं तो हमारा विकास बहुत ही प्रगतिशील होता है और हमारा प्रसाद भी उतना होता है कृष्ण के द्वारा।
So this is the point that Maharaj told us. Ajamil became a devotee actually at the point when he took sadhu sangha of the Vishnudutas. This is the point in the verse today which is most important in Ajamil's life.
महाराज कहते हैं कि आज के श्लोक के लिए सबसे महत्वपूर्ण जो बात है वो ये है कि विष्णुदूतों के साधु संग के कारण अजय वापस भक्ति में दृढ़ हो गए।
Shrunavanti gayanti घ्रनन्ति अभीक्ष्णशः स्मरन्ति नन्दन्ति तवेहितं जनाः त एव पश्यन्ति अचिरेण तावकं भवा प्रवाहो परमं पदाम्बुजम्. Kunti Mata chants this verse so nicely in Bhagavatam, and she says those who continuously hear, those who continuously chant, those who continuously repeat your transcendental activities, or if you cannot chant, if you cannot hear, if you cannot repeat, those who take pleasure in hearing about it, for them, they can see your lotus feet and they will never come back to the world again.
कुंती माता भागवत बहुत सुंदर ये श्लोक गाती है और प्रस्तुत करते हैं कि जो कोई भी व्यक्ति भगवान का नाम या गुण सुनता है या गाता है या उनको अच्छी तरह से रिपीट करता है, पुनः पुनः दोहराता है, या तो कोई व्यक्ति ये नहीं भी कर सकता है, ना सुन सकता है, ना गा सकता है, ना दोहरा सकता है, लेकिन जो कर रहे हैं उनको देख करके प्रसन्नता अनुभव करता है, उनको निश्चित रूप से भगवान के चरणों में दर्शन प्राप्त होता है, वे पुनः इस भौतिक संसार में वापस नहीं आते।
यत् कीर्तनम यत् स्मरणम यत् ईक्षणम Yadvandanam yashravanam yad arhanam lokasya sadhyo vidunoti kalmasam tasmai shubhadra shravase namo namaha. Another beautiful shloka, right, that is chanted by Shukadev Goswami, second canto, I think it is 4th chapter, 15th verse. There, so nicely it is stated that as long as we are glorifying Krishna, as long as we are remembering Krishna, as long as we are taking audience of Krishna, as long as we are praying to Krishna, as long as we are hearing Krishna and worshipping Him, then everyone who does this, at once we can be cleansed of all the dirt, all the effects of sin of the performer. This is graph, isn't it? Graph W. We all know Maharaj giving us this. So again the Shastras tell us the same thing.
तो वापस ये भागवतम के दूसरे स्तर के जो कहते हैं कि 15वें श्लोक में शुभदेव गोस्वामी बहुत सुंदर वर्णन करते हैं कि जो कोई व्यक्ति भगवान का कीर्तन करता है, श्रवण करता है, पूजन करता है, उनका प्रार्थना करता है, तो उनको कभी भी ये भौतिक क्लेश सताने नहीं करेंगे, इससे मुक्त हो जाते हैं। यही भागवतम बार-बार शास्त्र भी हमें वही दोहरा करके बताता है।
Finally, one other important point that's really important here is, if you look at the verse today, 6 to 20, Shukadev Goswami is saying, the Yamadutas perfectly, the Vishnu Dutas perfectly judge the principles of devotional service. Today's verse, 6 to 20, Prabhu. No? Sorry, is it 20? I'm seeing 20. Today's verse, right? 20. My dear king, having thus perfectly judged the principles of devotional service. So this is very important point. The Vishnu Dutas, the devotees of the Lord, they know how to judge the principles of bhakti. They know how to do it.
तो ये बात है जैसे आज के श्लोक में बताया गया है 6:20 में कि विष्णु जी को पता होता है कि किस प्रकार से भक्ति में सेवा को न्याय किया जाए, उनका न्याय किया जाए।
And how do they judge and how do they understand and know the principle of devotional service?
वे कैसे किस प्रकार से न्याय करते हैं और कैसे वो जानते हैं भक्ति में सेवा को?
With reasoning.
वे रीजनिंग के कार्य तर्क और वितर्क
When you can reason, that means you are studying. That is important. You are studying. You can only do reasoning if you are studying. So we have to study Srila Prabhupada's books. If we don't study seriously Srila Prabhupada's books, we will not be able to reason and argue on devotional service. Well, they did not tell Yamadutas that they are wrong because Krishna says so. We also cannot convince the public of Krishna consciousness by telling them, oh, Srila Prabhupada has said it, our Guru Maharaj has said it, therefore you have to follow it. They won't hear you. You have to chew what has been given and you have to reason it and argue it, but you should not be sentimental about it. And because they are so powerful in their reasoning, Bhagavatam tells us that after reasoning, they did not stop and wait for Yamadutas to release Ajamil. They released Ajamil on their own because they knew that what they had spoken was so much more powerful than what the Yamadutas had spoken. विष्णु
क्योंकि वे जानते थे, उनको विश्वास था कि उन्होंने जो कहा है वो बहुत ही ज़्यादा शक्तिशाली और पावरफुल है जो ये कुछ बोला है।
That's why in verse 21, Prabhupada writes in the purport that the servants of Yamaraj are so powerful, they cannot be hindered anywhere. But this time they became baffled and disappointed. Why? Because the Vishnu Dutas, one, they are pure devotees of the Lord. Two, they reasoned and argued using Shastra, and therefore they defeated Yamadutas fair and square.
तो श्री प्रभुपाद जी 21 श्लोक के तात्पर्य में बहुत सुंदर बताते हैं कि यमदूत जो थे, यमराज के जो सेवक थे, वे बहुत ही शक्तिशाली होते हैं और उनको कभी भी कोई परास्त नहीं कर सकता, उनके मार्ग में कोई बाधा नहीं डाल सकता। लेकिन इस बार विष्णुदूत के द्वारा वे परास्त क्यों हो गए? क्योंकि विष्णुदूत तो शुद्ध भक्त थे और ऊपर से तरह लगी प्रवेश हुई।
I want to end by chanting two very important verses that Maharaj liked very much to show the nature of devotees, like Vishnu Dutas. In 9.5.14 of Srimad Bhagavatam, Durvasa Muni says something very nice to Ambarish Maharaj. You can chant with me. Aho Ananta Dashanam, Aho Ananta Dasanam, Mahatvam Drishtam Adyame, Kritagasa Piyat Rajan, Mangalani Samihase. Aho Ananta Dasana, Mahatvam Drishtamadhyame, Kritagasopi Yadrajan, Mangalani Samihase. Aho Ananta Dasana, Mahatvam Drishtamadhyame, Kritagasopi Yadrajan, Mangalani Samihase. The translation is really nice. Durvasa Muni said to Ambarish Maharaj, and he said, "My dear king, today I have experienced the greatness of devotees of the Lord." Why? Because even though I committed an offense against you, Durvasa wanted to kill Ambarish Maharaj because he was angry and envious. But Ambarish Maharaj never retaliated. Ambarish Maharaj prayed for the good fortune of Durvasa Muni. Even though Ajamil neglected Krishna and the devotees of Krishna for so many years, at the point of his difficulty, the devotees of Krishna and Krishna, they only prayed for his good fortune and they came and saved him. This is nature of devotees. In 9.5.17, just two verses down. Oh, it is shown here, huh, Prabhu? It's very easy this way. Jai. You see the translation. Translation is really nice of the verse. I can read in English, but I think you should read in Gujarati first, Prabhu. You can chant it. Oh, you're using English. Okay, then it's very easy. You see now what, after that, he says something really nice. Rajan anugrihitoham tvayati karunatmana mad agam prishtata kritva pranayanme virakshitaha. And now he says, my dear king, you overlooked my offenses. So many years Ajamil forgot Krishna and engaged in sinful activities. But Krishna and today the Vishnu Dutas, they overlooked everything. Sometimes, when someone does not behave well with us, we keep it in the heart. Oh, you always ignore me, you never talk to me. You're never polite with me. Always finding fault with me. So in that way, what happens is in our heart, we never forget. But Krishna's nature and devotees' nature is that they always overlook. Why? Because they are merciful. So, if we think we are very merciful, one symptom and evidence of our mercy must be we must learn to overlook what people have said about us, what people have done, what people have not done. Overlook these things. Don't keep it in the mind. Don't keep it in the heart. If you keep all these things in the heart, where is the space for Krishna then? That's why Krishna is very big-hearted. Krishna is very big-hearted. Because Krishna never keeps these things in his heart. And that's why the Vishnu Dutas are so important in Ajamil's life. Because even though Ajamil forgot them, Ajamil ignored them, Ajamil didn't care for them, they cared for him. This is bhakti. We don't serve someone because they have served us. Actually, we should serve them because they did not serve us. This is the practical point of how to behave as devotees. And maybe Krishna willing, in the next few days, we will see more beautiful verses from Ajamil. So it is 1 hour. These programs are very interesting. If it's a 1 hour Bhagavatam class, I must speak for half an hour. Then Prasanatma Prabhu can speak for half an hour. So we are right on 1 hour then. Thank you very much, Prabhu's Matajis, for tolerating. I know it is very tiring. You have so many things to do, but you are here today on Gita Jayanti, such an important day to hear about Krishna. We are so fortunate in this beautiful Dham. We have the opportunity not to become like Ajamil. जय ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की, जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की, श्रील महाविष्णु गोस्वामी गुरुदेव की, अनंत कोटि वैष्णववृंद की, जय श्री गीता जयंती महो महोत्सव की, हाय गौर प्रेमानंदे, हरि बोल। जय श्री प्रभुपाद श्री गुरुदेव की जय। वैष्णव सेवा प्रभु, some thoughts, some realizations, Swayam Prakash Prabhu.